hello.
Thanks. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing alright, thanks. Yourself?
I'm alive.
Always a good start.
Yes. Yes, indeed. It's been a long road to Friday.
Oh dear. How's work been? No, okay.
Need D&D.
Fair enough.
And yours?
Not too bad. Job hunting still going.
I see.
Yesterday, I had to do this online test thing.
Okay.
Situational judgment test for this program, training programmer.
Yes.
And the test was supposed to be submitted by midnight that night.
Mm-hmm.
And the website it was being hosted on had maintenance problems.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I submitted my test, it said that I had not submitted the test.
Oh no.
And I got very fucking worried.
I can imagine. Yes.
But thankfully, by 11 o'clock, it had been sorted. And it said, yes, you have indeed submitted the test. I was like, thank fuck for that. Jesus Christ.
Nervous time.
So that's been the most exciting part of my week so far, to be honest.
Yeah, that happened to me a few times as well.
Oh, it's so annoying. Where it's just something completely out of your hands and there's nothing you can do about it. It's like, oh god. Oh well.
It's not nice.
No,
I feel you.
But it is resolved. How are you doing, Argus?
Well enough. Can you hear my voice well,
yes.
or you notice any differences?
Yeah, have you changed your microphone?
No. I used to do it with my phone. Now I'm doing just through my computer. Does it sound better, worse, or...
It does sound better. It sounds clearer.
Oh. I'm trying to do everything through my computer now because my phone is currently...
Oh, really?
It's terrible. It's terrible. You have no idea. I put it charging last night. I woke up at 10 o'clock and it had 60%.
Oh.
My phone is completely bonkers. It's completely bonkers.
What kind of phone have you got?
Xiaomi something. I don't know.
Okay, it's an Android phone.
Freaking remember.
Fair enough. Need to look into getting that battery replaced, you think?
Yeah, I need to replace. The thing is, it's my first phone.
I see.
It takes a lot replacing it, and it's gonna be a pain to put new things on the new phone to replace all the old things that I have in this phone. It's gonna be a whole thing.
If it's like an Android phone, you should be if you do get a new phone, you should be able to transfer data over. So anyways.
I think my first phone was one of those indestructible Nokia.
Yeah, the Nokia bricks.
Yep.
Lovely.
Snake High School.
Nothing.
Good old brick phone.
Yes.
Nothing beats a Nokia 3310. Indestructible. Go break the ground before it will break.
Exactly. Stronger than mithril armor.
Just a bunch of Nokia phones strapped together. That's
Yep.
the real mithril. My
The
first
country,
phone-
if the country got nuked, the first thing you'd find intact would be one of those freaking phones.
Mhm.
Probably. Would not be surprised. Yeah. My first phone was a Sony Ericsson Walkman, I think it was. It's one of those slide phones.
Oh,
Just,
yes.
like, the screen like slid up and there was like a keypad underneath. Oh, so good. Loved it.
Excellent. I had one, I think it was also a Nokia, that folded out to the side, and then the keyboard was on either side of the screen.
Oh my god.
Yes, and it was a
That is
full QWERTY keyboard.
something. That's amazing.
Those were the days.
Yeah. There was loads of weird wacky tech coming out. People trying new things.
I'm getting
See
to
what's stuck.
the stage now where I don't want any new things. Just keep it as it is. Okay.
Second.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Did we get any XP after our fight with the Who's last session?
Yes. That is a very good question. I wrote that down somewhere. Thank you for reminding me.
That's a very good
Do I get an extra card?
point.
Yes, you might need it, so why not? Yes.
Oh god. If you
Oh,
don't
God.
get that.
Then please give it.
Okay, so that should be 180 each, please. 850 each, please.
850.
Wow,
What's the HP on right now?
that's a good question. What's the total we need to be on?
I'm current, so I will be at 34,850.
Yeah,
Me
I
too.
can speak. Likewise. Is my mic too sensitive or too, like,
Sound alright?
okay?
Okay, let's see. Okay, 850 experience down, 13,150 experience to go.
Sounds about right.
I'm certain like there's like a box or a test that instead of gold you get a.
So is that?
Sorry, we missed that. Rich,
Is my mic shiny?
you
Um,
cut off, I'm afraid.
I think it's like the sensitivity's not quite high enough. It's not catching the pale end.
On Discord, should just sensitivity be on the left hand side or the right hand side? I don't understand this.
So the more that the sensitivity is set to the left, the higher the sensitivity is.
I guess that's a good thing in my case. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Amazing.
Technology.
Alrighty then. So, we are missing a Sky this evening. Shout out to Meg. I hope you feel better soon. If she's here.
Hope you feel better soon.
Okay, well, sure, I have to catch that on the repeat. Then, I know Rodex got load shedding.
Yes.
Fury Man. Who are we missing?
Are we expecting anyone else tonight?
Yes.
What about Lily?
Lily is coming slightly late because there's a school thing.
Okay. Fair enough. Better late than never. Especially with what's going to be coming up.
Yes. Be worried.
I am so excited.
There's Trevor.
So, when we last left our heroes, just put the music slightly softer. Okay, it seems to work. So it's a recap. People are going to post in the chat. That's just tradition. Right, so last time there was a deal with the devil. One of your members, wow, one of your teammates, let's put it that way, disappeared out of existence. And the devil at the end of the endless hallway said to get his soul back, you need to destroy the anchor. And they cleared the path up to the upper level. The main area of the basement floor being the obelisk room is currently host to several frozen in time oozes for the moment. Quarrel blights. Anyway, you made your way upstairs where you found the source of the water that flows throughout the complex and powers various machines. And you also found what tainted it. It was in the form of two rather nasty oozes, one of which was dispatched, the other escaped down the draining system somewhere else in the dungeon. You also found a hallway which you had to cross by hopping from invisible platform to invisible platform while avoiding a seemingly final, fatal glass manifesting trap thing. Descriptions are on point tonight. Yeah, baby. Alright, so you found yourselves, after going one by one, in this little hallway here. The platforms that you used to reach here went all the way back to the start. So at the moment, you are trapped. There are inscriptions on either wall. This one over here. The trap doesn't seem to extend to this little orifice over here. Excuse me. On this wall is written in Druidic, which Lilith and Tusa can read. If you are not yourself, seek this door. On this locked door back here, it reads, if you are you, open this door. So, my friends, what you gonna do?
Well, the only way to go is forward, so shall we?
I mean, it literally says there's another door. And forwards is whatever direction you're looking at. So maybe if we turn around, forwards would be at another door.
Don't play with me. You know what to do.
Does this kind of inscription tell me, like, is this another door entrance kind of way?
There must be. You can't see from where you're standing.
Can I have, as kind of a red card, just 10 minutes before this, have ritual cast to detect magic to be able to, otherwise we have to wait 10 minutes now.
Right.
To be able to kind of, on this clue, I would have been, hey, maybe I should have a look for something magical.
Right.
So
As a result of that, I'll allow it. Obviously, the hallway is rich with conjuration magic, as it seemingly conjures these sheets of glass from somewhere.
yeah.
There is a kind of illusion magic on this wall here, presumably blocking a door. There's also illusion magic on this main door over here.
Illusion magic.
Yes.
Can I think I have a copper on me somewhere. Can I take a copper and just kind of toss a coin to the witcher in this corner?
Sure thing.
And see if it goes through.
Okay. So you toss a coin to the Witcher. Thank you for putting that in everybody's head. And it goes through, revealing a hallway.
Ah. Okay. Lilith, which way's forward in this case? Because I'm hearing growling and a lot of bullshit downstairs or downwards. Right? I think we heard growling, I think, at the end of the session.
Oh, yes. So you at the end of the last session, in the main door to the south, you heard a lot of mechanical clicks and whines and whirs, and a mechanical kind of howl.
Everyone, considering how dangerous and kind of traps this place is, maybe we should take like just another 5 minutes, and then if you can scout with Moxie up the hallway there before we not.
Oh yeah, sorry. The hallway north, the hallway to the west is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hallway north.
Yeah.
Just to gain information.
Agreed. We've already waited this long. It's another 5-10 minutes.
Okay. Just one moment, I'm being called. But I'll send Moxie ahead.
Okay. So.
So while he's on a call,
Mm-hmm.
would it be possible? I don't know exactly like how illusion magic works. Me as a player. So is it possible to kind of discern the illusion, or kind of to find out the meaning or behind the illusion, or is that something that only dispel magic will be able to do?
Well,
By investigation, figure out what illusion is.
by Arcana, you can. So you're talking about the door to the south, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I suck at this.
It's not too bad.
15.
Okay. So it's not too complicated, unlike the other sort of runic-based magic you've seen throughout the complex. This is a simple enchantment type situation where the door filters out certain sounds.
God, that doesn't help me at all. Holy shit. I'll convey this. Ethan, this is very weird. From what I can kind of just glean by coming closer, there's this door has some kind of like auditory filter of some sort. The use case, which is not exactly clear to me, but maybe if we like do like a harmony of kumbaya, like you take the low notes, I take the high notes, maybe like the sky on the vial, then I don't know, maybe I'm not sure, but for some reason this thing filters sound.
I'm afraid you've lost me too, sir. Are you saying that there's something on here that blocks certain sounds? If so, I mean,
Yeah.
what? Can you tell which sounds?
From what I understand, it's frequency based. So I don't know whether that would be high or low frequency or a specific pitch, but it could be a howl of some kind. Since this feels like a common theme coming like next door. Maybe it's like a howl to the kindred spirits on the other side of the door, and then like get like a warm welcome. Yeah, I'm not sure.
If there's anything you want to try, now's the time. Trying to figure out if there's anything more to this sound thing you described. Right, whistling some tunes.
Does this seem
if
to
you
be like
fancy it.
a whistle something instead? Does there does the rest of the door function as normal?
Yes, it's a stone door. It looks like it's got a mechanism, like a lock. It is currently locked, but it's got a sort of traditional mechanism. But the spell itself seems to be on the door itself, all of the stone of the door.
Okay. I think it's just a way to hide what's on the other side, to be honest. It's one of those where you can't put your ear to the door and figure out what's on the other side. Quite a little zone of silence.
I will say that you are currently hearing ticking and whirring from the other side of the door.
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just waffling until Moxie has sent out a scout.
Maybe it's best we don't try and fuck with this door until we get a report back from Ian.
All right. Lilith, are you back? Guessing that's a no.
Yes.
Not yet. Okay, I can try something. Is it possible to see through the door, like from the keyhole perspective?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so can I determine that right behind the door is an unoccupied space?
I have the same idea. So.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I can do it. I can use Find Familiar to literally just cast my familiar on the other side.
Okay.
It lands in a 10-foot in range. So since I didn't spend time to change her appearance, she'll be a small little lynx.
Okay.
But I'll pop her on the other side of the door.
All right.
Use one of my wild shapes to do that.
All right.
And I'll try to pierce through her eyes.
Okay. So you summon the familiar on the other side of the door, and the rest of you will have to wait for a second as I whisper to do so. Hello. So, can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So, on the other side of the door, plus I'll kind of show you if you can see. There is a massive room. The ceiling is around 100, 110 feet high. Dominating it is an intricate, gigantic set of armillary spheres. It's like those olden days astronomical equipments with lots of brass rings and things around it. It's quite complicated.
Yeah, gyros and things like how they play, but like, yeah.
Yeah. So there is a thing. Let me just share it with you for a second. Okay, well, I'll get to that in a second. Right, so there's a big central armillary sphere, and then two smaller ones. The ceiling has got lots and lots of these blue crystals in tear shapes, hanging from little strings. You've seen these before in other ruins. Lilu and Ethne each have one of these. But there are hundreds of them. They're like little blue stars in the ceiling, pretty much. And they all seem to be moving, hanging from these little wires, steadily in clockwork. They move on like an assembly line. And they move through the central bit here, right above the big armillary sphere, where there's a set of lenses, and the ceiling comes to the point of the pyramid, by the way.
Oh shit.
Yes, so the middle, where the ceiling meets, there is a little shaft of starlight that's amplified by these lenses, and it seems to be directed into each of these tiers, and it moves on. They seem to be charging them, but they are all fully charged. Each one of these on the assembly line, and it seems like each time it completes a circuit, some mechanism goes and sounds a warning that they're all charged, and it causes the howl to emanate. Right. In the corner over here, there is a bright red crystal. Even from where the Lynx is standing at the door, you can feel the heat come off of it. In that crystal is also several diabolical, infernal letters. And it is held in place by several brass arms and pins trying to keep it in place. It seems to be powering something. There's a giant blue crystal in the bottom and a smaller green crystal on the other side there. They seem not to be powering anything. They seem to be dormant and dull, not glowing. And then there's a further door.
The red one is powered.
Yes.
With the other two seemingly disconnected almost.
Yeah, but there's no equipment around them, so yeah. And then there's another door over here with 4 squares on them, some kind of puzzle on there. And then I'll show you what the thingy looks like. Just hang on. I've got so many handouts. Okay, I'm gonna show it to everyone. They're not gonna know what they're gonna see, but for some reason it doesn't want me to give it to one person. But it's a PDF, so you have to scroll. So yeah. So there's a central one. So it's this armillary sphere. So in the middle, there is 2 halves. Orbiting around a donut shape of some kind. So on one of the halves, so say the darker blue, right? There clearly is a map of the world. There's Dyrecinder, there's all the continents. On the light blue, there is also continents, but for a world you've never seen before in your life. And then it becomes clear, as based on your knowledge from the Firekeeper's dungeon, that it goes to the elemental planes. So first it's the Feywild, on top is the green, the Shadowfell, and
like these colors and things represent other models that
Yes. And then there's a weird one. So on the top left of the document,
Yeah.
there is a bright glowing yellow one. It looks like a sun of some kind. It's being sucked into this solid black marble with everything else spinning around it.
The green one top right?
Green one top right seems to be it's nice and small. It's got mountain ranges, continents, oceans, everything, but none of which you recognize, and it's got 2 satellites, moons around it.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. This is going to be great explaining to people.
All right.
Yeah, let's go first.
Let's go.
Intelligence of 10.
Bless you.
Hello.
Hello.
So you could maybe I don't want to see the thing anymore. To make it easier to explain. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of the fun.
Yes.
So this door is probably one of the most arcane shit that I've ever seen in my life. Imagine like a whole inn, and the floor of the whole inn is one big sigil of cosmic proportions. And the ceiling of this room stretches to the top of this pyramid as the starlight kind of shines through, or light shines through, and it gets magnified by lenses of design that I've never seen before, that charges so many crystals to something that you and Lulu hold, and they're hanging from the sky like stars, and they seem to be like fully powered to something, and they're like on this kind of motion of moving and building and creating, and kind of as they charge, they just kind of move to the next one, and then when they're fully charged, they kind of let out this shock that creates this howl that we hear all the time. And there seems to be some kind of, if I remember correctly, like demonic type of letters in the corner that I couldn't read or make out, and actually did not understand the functionality of this. But I do believe that this is something that represents everything. Our world, the upside down world, even constellations that we haven't seen or like know of. And I don't know if I want to go in. But there seems to be another door, luckily, which is closed by a puzzle, of which I could not discern. And I hope you're comfortable with it, as just from the door, you can already emanate all of the electricity and power and heat, and not electricity, but like all the heat and everything going in there. So that's behind door number 1. Maybe we should consider our options on door number 2 on this Monty Hall 2-door problem.
So, what I'm able to gather from what you've said, essentially what this door is and what is behind it at the moment is something that we can't really comprehend nor necessarily deal with at the moment. Am I getting that right?
Think of it as a siphoning from a cosmic power that gets charged into little crystals for some reason, or maybe as a storage of power for use for someone else. But this feels almost not man-made. Almost.
I will briefly draw everybody's attention to the chat. in the stream. Meg? I don't know if anybody can see that. She says, "Notice me, senpai." Yeah. Oh god. Okay. We miss you, Meg. Get well soon. Right. Anyway, sorry. Carry on. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, just saying, like, I don't know how much of what I just said is true, but that's what Tisa believes from what she saw. So, yeah, there could be loads of truth in it. But I mean, even me as a player, I grasp at straws. Yeah, that's what's behind Team Dawn of One.
Right.
It's really, it's intense.
I gathered as much. Let's wait on Lexi to come back.
Okay. So, Argus, are you with us? Okay.
Doesn't look like this.
No.
Rest in peace.
I mean, I can.
Is there anybody here? All right.
But I don't want to take all
Break
the
out
stuff
spirit
there.
box.
Spirit box, yes. Is it speaking in Portuguese? Right. So, at some point, Moxie the Imp returns and reports that there is a single tiny room at the end of the short little corridor. The room is stone like the rest of the structure, but it's got lots and lots of holes drilled in the wall everywhere, kind of like a cheese grater, like standing inside a cheese grater. When he entered the room, he noticed several runes light up as if checking for something, but there was no effect, and then he came back. I will briefly remind you of the inscriptions above each door. So, the little room that Moxie just went to, it said, "If you are not yourself, seek this door." And the one that Tusa had a look at, the big, giant, foreshadowy room, "If you are you, open this door." So, what are you guys going to do?
I feel like, almost like, from what I've seen, I don't even deserve going to the store. Like, it feels like I'm not you. I'm not me. I'd rather go to door number 2.
What makes you say that?
But kind of, it feels like the door almost like speaks from an entity point of view, where it says, like, if it's you, then open the door, almost like as if the door knows the person, like on a familial type of way. And I don't think I'm someone that the door recognizes.
Fair enough.
But I mean, this is a group decision, and I follow suit.
Well, look,
Like the way
we'll
this is
get
quite something.
anywhere if we just keep standing around.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're the one who has the most knowledge as of the moment. You've seen something, you understand the writing. You go by your judgment. If you think the other side is the best choice, let's go for that.
I think none of us know what's going on in the next room, and I don't even want to ask the DM whether I can roll or whether I understand this. I feel like I would. But I honestly think that checking out the other side is smarter than just proceeding because we came to one door.
And we'll do that.
And with that kind of, I wouldn't mind leading in front. Free, are you good at finding traps? I assume so. Can we maybe ask, like, maybe my husband or Free could take the lead and just search for traps as we walk to the other side of the
And
other.
more importantly, perhaps unlock the door.
On the other side, the northern wall.
No, so the northern wall opened with the coin toss. This door over here, you went through the keyhole, but the door itself is locked.
I mean, one of the rows could investigate to see if this is lockpickable.
Good idea. So, thieves' tools from Free, please. I love the message from the grave from Sky there. Ooh, 24 for thieves' tool. You know what? That door, she opens. By the way, I'm liking the new door system. I think it's working. Can you guys see? Can you see the next room? Okay, let's get this. Right. So the door opens, and you can now see the source of the clicking and the whirring. There are okay. So this is as close to a picture of what I can get, what is in my mind.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's what I understood as well.
Like a massive ballroom.
Yes, pretty much. So there is a massive armory sphere that has many rings. Did you guys see the PDF that popped up? Right. So that one with the many dots is the central one. And then there's one where it's a bright glowing star that seems to be absorbed by a black planet, completely black. And then there's one off by itself, completely untouched. Right, over here, there is a glowing red crystal that is the source of all the heat. It is currently attached to many little spikes and pins keeping it down. And it seems to be powering something in this complex. It is glowing with flame and infernal letters. It doesn't seem to be saying anything in particular. It is just an alphabet soup of infernal. I'm very unhappy alphabet soup. There is a giant blue crystal at the bottom over here and a giant green crystal at the bottom over here, seemingly untouched, not connected to anything at all. Right. Any question? Oh, yes. So the next thing you see is the roof is hung with hundreds of precursor tiers. Like Ethne and Lilu, you have one each in your possession. They are suspended by thin pieces of metal wire and seem to be moving in a sort of clockwork rhythm and all along a snaking track on the roof. And they each pass through I think now the picture popped up. The middle of the room, which corresponds to the right where the tip of the pyramid is. The central part of that seems to let in some light that is amplified by several lenses. And with each motion of all these tiers, the next tier is placed in the sort of focus of these lenses in an effort to perhaps charge it. But they're all already charged. And once it's completed a complete circuit as a warning system of some kind, it makes a howl that echoes through the whole complex to indicate that they're all charged. All right. Now, any questions?
I think I did okay.
So,
Yeah, you
here's a
did.
question for out of character. I saw this guy's message. Which ominous room? The ominous room to the north or the ominous room to the south? Because this whole place is ominous.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, is everybody walking through the doorway into this room?
I mean, Rio's already.
I'm not told otherwise.
Yep.
Yeah. So Free walks through.
Rio has to be killed this time, yeah?
Okay. Just need to double check or something. Free, I need you to roll a d12 for me. 4. Right. Tusa, I need you to roll a d12 for me.
Yeah.
What is your corruption score?
0.
Okay, good to know. So Free, you take 5 points of psychic damage as you enter this room, and your head starts pounding as you cross the threshold. Tusa, you're fine.
Oh, Rio, are you okay? Like, I know they hit you quite hard on the previous one. And you got slightly a little dumber, but I can see like a. Are you okay? Yeah.
He's typing.
Do we see like a visible reaction from him?
Yeah, he winces as he moves through. And he holds the side of his head in pain. Thanks, mate.
Does it seem like he's consistently being assaulted by something?
I know, it's just that moment of entering through, crossing the threshold, yeah.
Alright. If I'm not told otherwise, I'll follow suit.
Okay, I need you to roll a d12.
Getting on its level.
Okay, and what is your corruption score?
2.
Okay, so you take 6 points of psychic damage.
Okay. So if he wins, she shakes her head. Simply not. So pleasant.
Okay. So next this guy who goes, "What are you all talking about? This is no problem." This is my Meg impression. Please forgive me. I've had a long week. Okay, wait. What this guy is? Don't know if she's got corruption. I kind of think she does. No, she does not. No corruption. Never mind. It doesn't even matter what she rolls. Okay. Next is Rodak. Rodak is not corrupted. No problem. Next is Lilu. Just checking out. We got an Argus back yet?
Negative.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll for Lilu. 4 points of psychic damage. And then Lilith. Let's just see. Corruption. No corruption. The Edgelord has no corruption. Wow. Alright.
Yeah.
So everybody's in the room.
I guess so.
This will kind of have slight paranoia of just walking over sigils on the floor, or like this design. So she's gonna give it a wide berth. And
Alright.
I'd like to kind of all along the wall, move to what you couldn't see, and what we were remake, the puzzly type of thing to understand what
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so bear with me here. Everybody's gonna see this.
Yeah.
So this is.
Oh my god.
There is a single. Okay, so let me just clarify something. So on the wall, there are these 4 squares with the dots on either side, like that. There is a 1 square currently pressed in glowing blue. That's what the blue dot represents.
Hello?
Hello!
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm back.
I have
Oh.
returned.
I'm sorry, but there are people here, and I'm not certain if I'll be able to continue playing or I
No worries.
No
seriously
worries.
don't know. But for now, I'm back. So what happens?
Okay, so you guys.
We've entered
Go
the
for it.
room.
Yes.
So we managed to pick the lock, and we've entered into the room. Some of us, upon entering the room, took some psychic damage. Potentially those who had corruption. But apart from that, Tusa's headed over to one side of the room and has found a puzzle of some kind. And we're currently looking at that now. And it looks like an arcane use of battleships. Or something akin to that.
Alright, guys.
It's like an arcane version of Sudoku or
That one's closer. So you will see helpfully that as a very kind dungeon master, by placing a single dot on the thing, he has helped you, given you a clue.
I'll be free to move things as we see fit.
Yes.
Okay. So I believe this line here in between this dot and these 2 dots here represents that there is at least a space between this dot and a row of 2 dots.
Yeah.
It could be 1 space, it could be 2 spaces. At the very least, it's a break between this dot and 2 rows of dots. So if we have that in mind, if disregarding whether it's 1 dot or 2 dots worth of space, there has to be at least 1 orb here. Because if it's just 1 space in front, then 1, 2, or 1, 2. Well, if it's 2 spaces, then it's 1, 2. So there's always going to be a dot here, which means there cannot be a dot here. Are we free to mark down like X's and whatnot?
Yeah, totally.
Fantastic. So we know at the very least there's nothing here, nothing here.
It's like Minesweeper.
It's technically pick cross.
Pick cross, that's what it is. So let's see.
So 1. It's gonna be great. And
now
and then with symmetry, we can just duplicate it on the left-hand side, similar to the top. So people can do the bottom one, other people can do the top one.
We don't necessarily know if it's entirely symmetrical. Well, it could be.
It's symmetrical in the middle down.
It is symmetrical.
It is. Okay, fair enough. Then we will complete 1 square first, and if we press the later, we can just repeat it. So in appropriate fashion.
Technically, we then have that. Are you happy with that? starting AP.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Should be okay, yeah.
Nice.
So looking at this line here, 1 dot followed by a break of 3 dots, I think is pretty self-explanatory. Up, 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 up.
Yeah, that's the only way it can be.
So that. Following on from this, we get up, up. Here, nothing here.
Yeah.
So I guess we can do this.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, there's something here. What is this?
Yeah, so we need that one there.
Right. Oh,
Right.
yeah. Makes sense. I was getting confused. Oh, God. Goodness. Ah, deleting dots. Retreat.
Oh shit, there's extra dots, don't worry.
Are we doing okay? Yeah.
It's very good. I was
Wait, there. What's our missing? There. There we go.
I'm looking forward to us facing the last
Right
thing
there.
and summoning.
What happened to the dots? There we go.
okay, so I will say that as you press those the particular squares on the bottom 2 squares, they lock into place.
Cool.
Amazing.
All right.
Chevron
Just have to do the same shit.
Chevron 6 loaded. 1 XP point if you know the reference.
I actually didn't hear. Just repeat that.
I said Chevron 6 engaged.
Alas, I'm uncultured.
It's fine. It's not a very cultured movie it's referencing, honestly.
Fair enough. Let's see.
Now it's time for hard mode.
Yeah, indeed.
So the 3. Right. What's happening?
So I think that it has to be, say for instance that there was a dot here and here, right? Let's see if there's a line of three.
Yeah, so
This
yeah,
means
either to the top or
that
either
this
to the
cannot
bottom.
happen and this cannot happen. But this can't be the case because we see there has to be at least a
Yeah.
dot here or here, in which
Yeah.
case this doesn't work. So
So
I think
if we do it upwards, so the 3 dots in this direction.
so if we do that, again, same problem. We can't put anything in these dots here.
So
Which means
it would
So it has to be
probably
a
be
dot
one of
here,
them
here,
here.
and here. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hang on a sec, we quickly get rid of this circle of those two.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, so we can get rid of this, get rid of this. That means there has to be a dot here and a dot here. This means we can cross through this, cross through these.
Yeah, and those all down.
Let's see. And I think it should be the scenario where we have a dot here and a dot here, whereby a dot here and a dot here, and that should work.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. Yeah, from further. Yeah, you're right. Does it make a texture?
Okay, there we go.
All right.
If you look at it as a whole, it looks like a beacon, not like something like a radio beacon.
So as you press the buttons, it locks into place, and here is the little solution.
Nice.
Well done.
Nice.
It clicks, and the door opens. And the reference was Stargate, and I owe Meg one. Okay, so I have incredibly zoomed out of my whole computer for some reason. That is very strange. So sorry, I'm having some difficulty.
Aha.
Okay. So apparently my scroll function is broken.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's fine. It won't be difficult.
Anthony's brain unwrinkles after the puzzle.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was thinking it was.
I go
Whoever
for life
said
for a second.
barbarians aren't smart.
I actually thought when I said it was puzzle, this is going to be difficult, and it turned out it was super easy, barely an inconvenience. And with the door, she opens, revealing a hallway. At the end of which there appears to be a glowing blue box on a pedestal.
That is sick.
I'll stand back a little bit. I'll hand this over to the blue people.
The blue people, the blue man group. Alright.
I'll send Moxie right ahead.
Can I, in the meantime, up to my head the Ember Keeper weathering maze or something like this? It feels like up his alley.
Alright, so the voice in your head comes back quickly and he says, this is the hall of the cowards, the builders. They just, sat on their own building monoliths and obelisks and all sorts of useless things that didn't burn anything.
Would they be responsible for kind of the movement of erecting obelisks around the province?
Yes, totally useless. Some kind of network or something.
As my understanding, Ms. Ember is that there are also obelisks in the underworld, the Underdark, and could this be a means of travel? Do you think?
I doubt it. They never cracked that, as far as I know.
But a network, nonetheless. Well, thank you. You can continue being a nuisance in my head now.
I will do so. Burn them all. Free. Sorry, I'm typing your message though. I will say, everybody in the room, please make a insight check for me.
Inside, surely can.
Sounds odd.
I will use one of my luck points.
I will use my
Like-
card.
You've got 2, so you gotta use them.
I will use... It's a 1.
Oh, nice.
I will also
Beautiful.
use my
Look
card.
at it. That's what I could have done.
Just
I
in
was
case.
16.
Okay.
Also- Bing bang boom. I'm a 21.
Damn, son.
Very nice. The Dark Sister. Okay. So, between Lilith, Free, and Ethel. So everybody except Tusa, sorry. You notice that which way around it would be? So it would be this one. See with this red circle. I marked one of those the smaller spheres. It's the one with the glowy orangey sun type thing being sucked into the black one.
Yes.
You notice that the black one, even though it's perfectly round and it appears to be made of glass, the blackness of it seems to be writhing in a very familiar yet disturbing way.
Let's see.
Yeah, is anyone going to warn Tusa that there's a ooze blob right above her head?
No, they'll just leave it like that.
Prank job. But it appears to be a something containing the Black Oblivion.
Yes. A small amount, but significant enough to be noticed.
As we move about in this room, that doesn't seem to change in any way. Or
Nope.
is it
Nope.
keeping fairly constant?
Keeping constant. So everything is moving and orbiting at a steady pace and at a clockwork pace, shall we say.
Okay. Looking up towards the ceiling, towards all the crystal gears, do they all seem to be charged at the moment?
Yes.
Or is that they do all seem to be charged?
Every single one. There seems to be hundreds of them.
Did my crystal tear react in any way upon entering this room?
No, it did not. As you guys are looking around the room, feeling the heat of this red crystal, the door steadily closes behind you. And as it does, that constant trickle and water sounds from all over the complex completely fades out. You can hear everything in this room, but nothing from the rest of the complex.
Okay.
So it's sound coming in, not sound going out necessarily. Tusa will just kind of back away from this oozy situation, but keeping the find like a close eye, and maybe even like for other places that it could like seep in or like come from under the door or something. But yeah, she'll kind of find a position here somewhere and just be on the lookout while the rest get the corridor ahead.
Okay, well, actually, Tusa, make an investigation check while you're at it.
Yeah. Damn, son.
Okay, so giant blue crystal. You can see yourself reflected in it. You don't know what it is. You know yourself being reflected, at least. At least Tusa can recognize your own reflection. It's not that kind of moment.
Are there shards like just kind of lying around, or is it like one nice, beautifully contained?
Yes, they are. They seem, as you pick up a little piece of it, like, let's say like cricket ball size, Free. We don't have time to explain what cricket is. It's baseball size. So you get the idea that this is perhaps the raw material. Thank you, Free. A raw material of the tiers that are hanging from the ceiling.
Oh,
Good idea. I'll fuck it. That's
Okay.
ball size of whatever it is.
Just note that it doesn't have the same kind of glow as those in the ceiling.
Yeah, no, it's completely dormant.
Okay.
It's a nice whatever it is. But it's interesting and weirdly naturey. So she'll hold on to that.
Giving all the snacks to yourself, I see. Take a big bite out. Are there, looking around, are there any more anything that is to be some sort of mechanism that's seen?
Investigation check for me.
I would, since I got here a bit late, I was away, sorry.
No worries.
This whole room seems quite magical. By investigating it, can I find anything that might be useful?
Yes. Also do an investigation check. Oh, ethnic natural one. Okay.
I mean, I can spend a luck to re-roll it. I'll do it.
Do you wanna tell me quickly?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'll do it.
That's slightly better. Okay. So, as you all look around, you notice that the base of this whole thing, inscribed in Druidic, which of course Lilith can also read, there's inscribed the Great Wheel. It itself is slowly turning as the base of it is slowly turning as the rest of it is steadily turning. You do notice that there are three different on this wall over here. There are three different hand-sized. No, it's not the Wheel of Time, but well done. Three different hand-sized pressure plates on the surface of the wall. No other markings, completely clean. Yeah, that's it. Just checking something. All right. Yes, actually, you also notice on the on the big armory sphere, if you saw in that PDF, there are sort of two half moon shapes in the middle that are orbiting around the donut shape, right?
Yes.
On the one side, I think I told Tusa this, is the recognized continents of Osteria and Chardovia, your world. On the other one, there is also continents, but for a world you've never ever seen before. And as it turns, on the inside of each in Druidic is inscribed, on the back of your world, there's the word Visha. So that is like this, which seems to be a very old word for the world you occupy. And for the one you don't recognize, the word Anger, like this, is inscribed. And yeah, that's slowly turning around that central donut shape, which is a very crude way of describing what that shape is called. Yes. But yes, and the rest should be clear to most of you. hope.
Okay.
All right, that's basically what you notice. So yeah, 3 pressure plates on the wall and those inscriptions.
Do I get the feeling that Anger is a reference to release the anchor and someone might have misheard the moth lady?
No, so it is very, very clear that this red crystal with the infernal letters is the anchor.
Boy.
So we are supposed to destroy it?
Well, we're not
Triforce.
supposed to do anything. The question is, do we want to? As we can see, this is linked to more than just Colchester, or more than just our little bubble that we live in. This is something big. What do you think, Dennis? Do you just want to go for it?
Seeing the crystal up close, can Lilith tell if there's something peculiar about it besides clear magic and stuff?
Make a Arcana check for me with advantage.
Yes, I will. I will use the card.
Okay. Card is that.
Come on, buddy.
Ooh.
Nice.
So it's a 21.
Okay. So with the 21, you are pretty sure that inside this crystal is something of pure lawful evil. There is a soul of some kind of devil of some kind contained in this crystal. The fact that it's an alphabet soup of infernal is by design. It's stopping any sort of it stops the words from forming any kind of incantation to let it free. The crystal itself seems to be powering something rather than the facility putting power into it. So you've already established that most of this place is powered by the water and hydropower and the different wheels and everything everywhere. This thing seems to be powering something specific. It leads into the wall. Out of sight, you don't know what it is powering. But you're not quite sure if you've ever seen anything that required the soul of the devil to be powered by.
How peculiar. Seems to be powering something. How big is the crystal? Can I pick it up, or?
It's like person sized, so it's about 5 feet high.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shit.
Let's not rush anything, alright? Let's...
What has been established?
Let's explore this whole facility and find out what exactly this crystal is empowering, shall we?
I think that's smart. Can't just rip something out of a wall and not know where it leads to.
Alright. So,
What's been discovered this side? Alright.
Alright, so at the end of this hallway, so we won't run this for you. Just gonna double check something. Okay, so as you walk through that hallway, you feel sort of wind go through your hair. A wind that comes from nowhere and then disappears as you walk through. There is a pool of something that's decayed and it's black and sticky over here in this little alcove. Nothing in the other one.
Does it dry, or is it still slick and slimy?
It's dried out. It's like an ice cream on a schoolyard. Right. So, if you walk through that hallway and you have a point of corruption, please make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh boy.
If this is something corruption related, does the tears thing of what is it? Oh,
Not-
disadvantage against saving throws gets effects that result in corruption.
Yeah. Whose card is this, by the way?
This is for
I
free.
think it's freeze.
Ah. Calame.
Nice.
Well, you're gonna meet her soon, ish, unless things go terribly wrong.
Looks very
Okay, so
25.
Oh wow.
all right. So, as you walk through there, where Tusa experienced like a gentle wind, a breeze blowing. As you guys walk through there, you feel as if the ground beneath you is falling away. You've got this intense sense of vertigo. You sort of catch yourselves, and you make it through to the other side, and you can please remove 1 point of corruption from yourself.
Oh, I love that.
I do not want to know what happened if you fail that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like that.
Die.
Get sucked into something.
Yes, well done.
Sucked, you say? Interesting.
Yeah, but not a happy ending.
I'm so looking forward to you guys recapping this to the others next session.
Yeah. Yeah, I walked through this hallway. We tried, and something
got-
tried to suck us.
Yeah.
I am signaling to everyone on this side to come along.
All right.
Let's not get separated ever
Oh
again.
boy.
Okay.
Considering that I won't know what the effect is of this, I'll walk closer. So I'm not gonna.
All right. So as you walk closer, okay, so Lulu and Rodak are staying behind just there. You notice in the center of it's a glowing blue box, right? It's the glow goes all the way to the ceiling. You can see just through it. It's like a force field of some kind. It also looks like the back of a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I just realized.
Yeah.
I kind of knows,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
That's
Outcomes are good, yeah.
so is it
Someone bought of greed.
right?
Oh god, here we go.
So as you see inside there's a blue eyes. No, sorry. There is in a sort of lotus position of meditation a very slightly decayed-looking pale elf. He is wearing robes that are long and blue and quite tattered, and he seems to have been in this force field perhaps for a long time. On the stone just below it is inscribed here is the master builder Virgil.
Seriously, Virgil.
Yes. Another reference.
We slowly approach. Is he alive meditating?
Make
Or
a medicine check. You can't take his pulse through a force field, but you can have a close look.
17.
All right. He does seem, as you watch him, to be breathing very shallowly and very, very slowly.
I approach in Elvish and say, Master Virgil, I am you. Kind of reverence in the door. Is he,
There is no reaction.
even in Elvish?
Even in Elvish. Make an insight check, please. Okay. He must be deaf, as far as you know.
I take a regular arrow
Mm-hmm.
and I have it in my hand, and I just like to press the tip of it against the blue shimmer, see if it's able to pass through or not.
All right. So, sorry, which end of the arrow? Did you say tip of the arrow? Okay, sorry. So as you put the tip of the arrow in, there is sort of a rush. It's almost as if this force field is a waterfall going upwards to the ceiling. It's just a rush of energy, and it eats away at the arrow. It doesn't penetrate at all. It just becomes a pointless arrow, literally.
Okay.
Oh wow,
Thanks.
Tusa.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A session where there's no ladies' presence and this shit happens. Oh yeah.
It would have happened either way.
True. That's
Well, I mean, seeing that, I guess I kind of look at the now shaven arrow, look back towards the others. I don't advise touching whatever that is, and I just kind of gently toss the arrow into like the stream of energy and watch it just dissipate.
Yep. It's just gone. Doesn't go through it all.
We seem to kind of move around. Is there anything behind this guy? Is there anything going? Is this the only?
Right.
Is this what's in this room?
So as you go around, there are 4 different alcoves like that, right? So sorry, I just have to find the right page of my scribblings.
This is quite intricate. Thanks, myself.
Oh, no problem. It's what I do. Okay, so each of these alcoves has got an inscription on it. Starting from the top, over here, it says, the builders called a council. The druidic seems to glow with a blue light, almost like the blue light of this force field. And as you read it, as your eyes follow that, you notice other shapes below it, like pictograms, come to light, and it shows many little, very simply drawn people travel towards a pyramid, but a pyramid that's been split down the middle. Okay.
Howler.
And then the next one is, and they sought allies. And then there's more little simple people going towards it, and there's a picture of a dragon, and a stag, and a wolf. And then the last one, the third one says, and they found a new home. And then there is a green dot with 2 moons. But some...
Yeah, that.
And then the one at the bottom says, but some stayed to end the great blight. And then there is a picture of... so pictures appear of several small obelisks, 7 of them standing up, 7 of them upside down, and then they sort of are circling a central obelisk that is marked the Nexus.
This is similar to the Warden's
Yes, exactly that.
message thing that we know.
Exactly. And then Sky says, hey, there's an inscription over here. So where this yucky puddle is, there's an inscription in Druidic which she cannot read, which Lilith can read.
I will help. And now I am here with
And
the ability to read.
It says, only pure spirits may enter.
Only pure spirits. Perhaps it's talking about those who are not corrupted?
Makes sense.
Now, seriously, question. Are the characters even aware about the points of corruption?
I imagine we feel there's some kind of innate sort of
Darkness.
something not quite right.
Yes, you feel the sort of darkness growing in yourself. You don't know the mechanical point.
Just
Uneasiness.
It's more than a feel.
So, thank you, Boston.
Yes.
Considering that Tisa felt like a cleanse when she took the staff of the Emberkeeper, and she kind of holds his power, she will very hesitantly just stick out her pinky of the hand of where she already lost a finger.
Mm-hmm.
Can she just lightly try to touch the force field, like very lightly,
Okay.
to see if that indicates a level of pureness?
So
If
as
I lose like a little bit, she won't mind too much. She helps
Okay.
For that, your wife's about to get handless.
right. So it does take off a bit of the finger. It doesn't seem like the force field cares about your purity or not.
I scream in pain, kind of regretting everything.
Okay, you take 1 point of curiosity damage.
I look at Tusa and I shake my head.
And we see
Something
a
has to
gust
be
of wind that
done.
is actually a monk going.
Yoink.
Actually, can I sense if the magic of this force field has any connection with the stone? Stone with the demon soul?
Yeah, so the stone with the very evil soul in it has this heavy feeling that Lilith is quite familiar with, like perhaps a visitation from her patron. But the force field does not. The force field seems to be powered by something else.
And she, by analyzing it, detect where the energy is coming from?
So it's coming from the stone below it. That's all you know. That's all you can sense from here.
And the stone below it
So
is a
I'll just make something clear though. So where it said only pure spirits may enter is here. Yeah.
The sidewalk.
like
Mug.
that is
Oh.
I misunderstood
Yeah, no
that
worries.
sentence completely.
I wasn't very clear. So it's just where the sticky stuff is on the floor.
So it's
no,
perhaps another illusion in the wall.
let's tunnel down here.
Yes.
Let's go swimming in the mud.
I mean, dude, it's probably like a centimeter deep. So,
Did I stutter?
right. So it's 3 steps steps in there. His shoes, his pirate boots, make a very yucky, sticky sound. Like somebody who stepped in lots of chewing gum. Doesn't need to do anything else to him though. And the door is locked with no discernible mechanism or knob or anything. But it's very clearly a stone door.
Like Harry Potter reference, you just run into it if you're pure your makeup.
I will just reiterate, even though you know what it is. The inscription says this.
So you have to be dead? Or...
Only one way to find that one out.
It means you can only go in there if you're made out of ethanol.
Yeah.
Ooh, so close.
So like literally nothing happens if we like fall down here?
Nope, the door stays closed. That's just very, very cozy.
Well, I've got a couple of bottles of pure alcohol on me.
And what are you going to do with that?
Oh yes.
Let's see. If I pour a little bit on the muck, does anything happen?
So, as you pour it just on the puddle, it seems to just join the puddle. Doesn't seem to do anything. But splash, freeze, shoes.
Shoes.
But you're close.
Just chuck it against the wall? Sprinkle?
Sure, I put my thumb over the top of the neck of the bottle and I shake it towards the wall and try and get some alcohol on the wall.
So as you place your alcoholic finger against the wall, it does seem to yield just a little bit.
Okay. Alright, I splash the wall with one of the bottles of pure alcohol.
And the door opens.
No fucking way.
Alcohol is
I'll
always the answer. I'm going
mark
to
off one bottle of pure alcohol.
And now you might have an idea what the sticky substance is on the floor.
Ooh.
Yeah, the understanding she dawns, right?
I believe so, but I mean I'll message you.
Right, so free as you step through checking for traps, you realize that the roof, okay, so the floor is covered by loose bricks from nowhere in these walls that you can see, but the roof is covered by several brass hatches, perfectly round. Every single square you can see from the entrance all the way to back here is covered by a circular brass hatch in the ceiling. Sorry, DM's just dying in the background.
Classic. Okay, so a hallway with circular. What in the roof?
Yeah, in the roof. So it's like trapdoors, pretty much.
Does that mean we just have to watch our step as we go on? Maybe use a little pressure plate somehow? Dumping shit on top of you as you go past? What do you think? Anything?
For those who are more magically inclined, does there seem to be anything arcane about these? These experiences?
Looking up to ceiling, there seems to be anything magical or anything.
Yes. Just gonna double check something. Are you detect magicking, or are you just
I don't know detect magic. I'm just
Okay.
looking.
Okay, so just with the eye and based on your experience, they don't seem to be magical. They seem to be more mechanical in nature.
Oh wait, how long does Juicer cast detect magic before? Didn't she? Is that still up?
Yeah, got 10 minutes in total of detect magic. I don't know how long we've been in here.
Yeah, room
Maybe a bit
before this
longer.
room, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's a bit
I mean,
in the past now.
if you ask me, I can cast it again.
Perhaps it is best if we cast detect magic again. Anyone?
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can knock that spell out. And
Alright.
I'll detect magic.
So, like a black light in a hotel room, the hallway lights up. Each of these hatches seems to be a small, localized, yet a very powerful conjuration magic aura about them. I don't think that sentence was in English, but I hope it made sense.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. Yeah, so it can conjure like a shitload of things to dump on you. Do I understand that correctly?
You don't know. It just when they activate, some powerful conjuration magic is triggered.
Should we try this by tossing or rolling something over these kind of stones before we march down here to our demise?
Doesn't the way you use the magic shows you a path where you don't activate them?
Okay, so based on your detect magic, each and every one of them has the same kind of spell on them.
Yeah.
But there's nothing on the floor that seemingly triggers it. Nothing like that. So you don't know is the answer.
It seems
No.
that there are no magical way of triggering these on the floor. It doesn't mean that there's no mechanical way. There's just no magical way that these are triggered.
For one, I have to go.
Oh, no worries.
Okay. Just mate.
Bye.
Thanks for playing, man.
Okay.
I just randomly flick a copper coin, down the hallway just in case anything gets set up.
Okay, so it bounces on the other side, settles between some bricks. No effect.
Phoebe should still be out. She can run around for...
Freeze trying something.
Oh. Let's pull a small animal.
A defective bag of holding.
Oh!
Into the hallway.
Free, please roll a D100 for me.
Yes, please.
74. Alright, so you watch as Free plunges a hand into the evil bag of holding and pulls out a very disgusting, slimy hagfish. If you don't know what that is, Google that. And you throw it across the hallway. It makes a slick, splash on the other side. Hits its head, stops moving, and then there is an explosion. And Free, as you're in the doorway, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Alright, so you duck out of the way, as some of the bricks come flying at you, and you take what's half of 9? Let's make it 4 damage. Bludgeoning damage as a brick catches you across the arm as you try to shield your face.
But he is a rogue.
He's a rogue, and it's
Evasion.
it's but a scratch. A couple of pieces of brick do sort of bang off some of the hatches. They reverberate quite loudly with a pleasant sound that seems to echo in a space that is much bigger than you expect. You know, going upwards, not the whole way. But no effect.
Can't let you free. You enjoy yourself. Honestly.
Can I maybe take a stab in the dark and think of this purifying wind? Could this maybe be something that sucks you up into in here? Would this be the direction of wind pulls that I noticed?
No, so in the hallway, the wind comes out of the wall from these little outies over here.
Yeah.
So this seems to be a separate thing.
And this should still be in vision. Kind of, is there stairs down here, or does this just all of a sudden stop?
So there is a corner over here. So it's hard to see. So it goes like this. Don't know if you can see.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Right.
Anything, what if we just make a run for it?
I mean, if you want me to go, I can go. You don't have to come along with me. I can just go on ahead, and if something bad happens to me, then it's just me.
Alright.
Well, I got your back if something bad happens, but...
I don't think so. But you want me to go ahead, yeah?
I mean, it's just a suggestion. It doesn't have to be, and there's always another door. We don't have to follow the one that's open.
Right,
but
what else should
I'm
we do?
curious.
Pick up this.
I'm curious.
Oh, Free says don't. I'm raising an eyebrow at Free. His response.
I really do, I'm truly curious as to what would trigger this. So the fish did nothing. It just exploded.
Yep.
And
Welcome to D&D, yo.
the fish did nothing and exploded.
Fish slime everywhere. Ugh.
So Tisa wants to believe in. So from an actual character point of view, Tisa wants to believe in these like wardens, and since she kind of carries one with her, she believes that like non-corrupted are like almost protected, and the other way around not. And considering this this annoying voice in her head, she's not going to run in because that might mean she's too far in. But can she slowly walk in very hesitantly, ready to jump back?
Alright. And so you walk in over some many bricks, which...
But it was very slowly.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain, but most of you have mobile or something. So, whatever.
Yeah, not me. I struggle my ass off.
Yeah, like, you might just be the only one, and then you shapeshift and it doesn't matter.
Shouldn't have worn high heels to the dungeon.
Slay, baby. Right, anyway,
Yeah.
so...
Just slowly continuing
Yeah, so you walk
Trying to be
carefully.
brave for a change.
You see the bricks. They're heavy. They're also. They don't seem to match anything in the complex. There seems to be bricks from somewhere else. They all seem pretty identical, except for, when they're broken and been hagfished. But yeah, they seem to be bricks that don't belong to this building. But as you walk, none of the hatches open above you. You walk relatively fine. And you can see
Yeah.
the hallway there.
Of course, the builders are the bricks for me.
Minecraft, baby.
Lazy fuckers. They don't want to make it themselves.
Right, so at the end of a long hallway, you see a room that is glinting with gold and other shiny things.
Oh boy, this is where we get into the shit. And then here's like nothing. There's just like a
Nothing.
little stop in the wall.
Yep.
Nothing to.
Yep.
Can I bam Phoebe out? This feels like a weird little hallway. Can I just get Phoebes to run like this section to the other side?
Yep.
Instead of me.
Alright, so you bamf out your Lynx, who pads all the way down the hallway, sort of clickety clickety, and then comes back, tells you it's a room full of treasure, and she didn't notice anything else. Although in the middle of the room full of treasure, there is a giant greatsword made from black metal.
Holy shit! I'll scream. It feels like I'm that kind of the guy in the corner now. So I'll just like scream back at the rest, like, guys, there's treasure, and there's a huge black sword made of black metal. It's a great sword. I think we've stumbled upon the treasure of this place.
Well, hang on. Let's not get too hasty. For all we know, it could be trapped.
Yeah, fair enough. I had my Lynx run past, so far maybe she's delight, but nothing triggered on the floor. But I prefer maybe if one of the more expertise people had a look at the floor before going.
Don't look at me for that. I look down towards 3.
Rodak sort of leans his head around. Did you say treasure?
There's my husband. Yeah, but we don't know if it's safe yet, honey. We need to.
All right, someone go first. I'll come collect later. Don't worry.
Definitely.
No fighting in the war room.
No fighting in the wall.
Yeah, I'll make space for free to pass.
Okay, free. I need a investigation check. All right.
Oh, wonderful.
Looking down the long hallway, there doesn't appear to be any pressure plates or swinging blades or manifesting glass slicey walls. However, right here, above, there is a single sigil. It's currently dormant. You don't know what it does, but it definitely triggers something under the right conditions.
The sigil is at a. Does it feel like a what was that? Like a mundane arcana sigil, or is it intricate?
I mean, you still got your detect magic there, right? Is there a detect plus with magic?
Yeah, that
Okay, that's a good question. I need to check what school of magic this is. Hang on.
Just
straight out of the 7th layer of hell.
It is divination magic.
That's not too bad. She thinks to herself. It could be like a landline. Maybe like straight to the guards on the upstairs, just saying like the quality of bricks is pretty shit. They need to up it. But yeah, I'm not sure what the sigil is. So it's not lit up, or it's not active, or it's kind of just there.
Yep.
We still try to make a mental note of the current state that it is now, like how it looks, compared to maybe if we take a coin, or if we do something where the room will get upset.
fair enough. Were you sticking his foot out into the hallway?
There is no reaction from the sigil. All right.
Let's go for it. Like DuckTales, we jump into the treasure room.
So,
Probably break our necks.
I'm gonna say, because we're low on numbers at the moment, we're going to leave it there briefly, so we can use the time to consider what you see. I would say you can RP in everything. You can't leave the the orrery.
Yeah.
But everything else except the hallway you can go to. But what you can see from here is there are piles of gold coins, perhaps a denomination that is no longer in circulation. That rhymes. There appears to be a great sword made of black metal, secured in the center of all of this. There is other weapons and things, and an amulet against the wall. And you can't really make it out from where you are. So, yes. So you can use this time in RP to think on what you find. Yes, be mindful of mimics.
You say that, but a mimic greatsword sounds pretty fucking rad.
It does. It does.
Hell yeah.
But the great sword does something else I'm excited about, so let's see. Oh yes, also just peeking around the edge here that you can see is one of those small monoliths with a hole in it.
Ah, okay. Another opportunity
Was that
for
similar to-
someone to get their build a trap stuff.
Yes. Okay, and then some detail on the man in the energy cage, which I need to mention, as he's sitting in his lotus position, feet crossed, legs crossed. I guess it's all the same. Legs crossed. His arms are exposed, and on the pale skin on the right arm, he has a blue mark. But this blue mark is interlocking triangles. On his right hand, he has a swirling black tattoo.
Like, best of both worlds, like type of guy. So, as we know, like the blue side of the wardens represent like kind of the one side of the like fight or the nexus, and the black side is the underdarkish stuff of can't remember what they're called, but what are the bad guys called in this wardens?
I think they were the revilers, but let me double check that I'm talking about.
Something like that.
7 wardens and 7 revilers, yes. And I don't know if you saw this Richard. So here on the main page, each of these has a name now.
Yeah.
I think I did say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that purple on the breaker?
You don't know. It's just in that hallway with the lit up obelisks. The breaker one was lit up in a different color.
Essentially, this is what I've been gathering, is that where we complete one, another one is completed. Not
Yeah.
by another group, shall we say.
So someone else
Or we are
playing the
restricted
same game
access.
from the other side around.
It's called painted.
Someone else is playing like the DLC content.
Hey yo!
And
Who's tapping it? Who's tapping into the breeder obelisk? My God!
Oh dear. Yes, the next session would be on the 17th, I think. Let's just double check. Yeah, that's a Friday from now, yeah. That's it.
I call dibs on the breeder obelisk. I'm just saying right now.
Right.
Yeah, you can go for it.
Thank you. I can do business.
Yeah, and some of the obelisks are not what you expect. Which is what I'm looking forward to. That sounds really stupid.
This obelisk is not the obelisk you're looking for. The obelisk is in another castle.
Before we go, I just got a very important question. What happened to the therapy rock?
Good question. I don't know who has it. I imagine
Free says it's got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to put this therapy rock here and the guest stars for the moment. Okay. Right, so firstly we say goodbye to stream.
Goodbye stream. Hope you enjoyed.
I think Meg's asleep.
Goodbye.